starting this a second time because I realized I kept saying and so. Um, I want to talk about three things that happened today, and there were three things that put giant smiles on my face, and I wanted to share. This morning, before going to work, I was getting ready in all hopes of leaving early and being able to pick up donuts for everybody, and that didn't happen. But Rennie's getting ready, and he tells me that he's probably going to be going to work this coming Saturday, and I was like, oh man, because I love spending time with him. I don't like sharing him, but I get why he does it because when he's in double time, it's so worth it for him to go in. And so I tell him, well, let's go out to eat on Friday or Saturday night. Whatever night you think works best, me and you should go out to eat dinner. And he tells me this, and I'm like, that's so sweet. He goes, I've been thinking that, each month I want to take you out to dinner. And I was like, that would be nice, which we probably already go out to dinner once a month. I mean, we don't plan it like, oh, me and you are going out to dinner. We don't look at it that way. It's just we go grab dinner, or we end up grabbing lunch while we're out on a weekend or something. But like after like talking to him for a few minutes, I got that he meant like a date, like to set it up and to plan it, because he's like no, like the whatever month it is, that day of that month we should go and have dinner, meaning like December is the 12th month, so we should go out on the 12th. He says, and I think it would be fun. We know when we're going to be having dinner together each month, and we could try to plan around it. It'd be easier to plan something, which him saying that in a whole is like, I don't think he realizes that him saying that is a plan, like him planning something and knowing that it would be easier, because this man plans nothing. He makes things the most difficult, and I am an over planner. So I was like, that is so sweet, and it just put a smile on my face. In all honesty, I don't see that always happening. I just don't see like, oh, in January we're going to go out on January 1st, and in February we're going to go on February 2nd, and March, and so on and so forth. I just don't see it to be like a tradition that we keep up, but it would be a really cool tradition, and I'm a sucker for traditions. Thing number two. So I'm at work today, and I work at a med spa, and there's a lady in the back. Her name is Miss Joan, and she's like work mom for everybody. She always brings in little things for our kids or each other. And I've been there for a little over a year, and so she's gotten closer and closer with me as I've worked there, and love her to death. And if anybody who's watching this knows me, they know that I really like fun socks. And so she comes in with these Christmas socks. I wish I had brought them in here before I did this, but I didn't. They have little elves on them, and they have like a little cute saying. She brought these little like things full of slime, and I think it's called reindeer forts or something for the boys. I gotta go give that to them. And I love when somebody thinks of me and they don't, it's not that she went out and spent tons of money on me. It was that she just bought this funny thing, this little thing, and it just makes me happy, because it feels good when you know that someone cares about you. So that was number two. But what made me make this video is because I was eating these. Gavin brought me these last night after doing his homework and studying with us. He was cutting up it's called Path Cash, and you get it for behaving and doing different, and my kids are really, really good in school, so apparently he had a lot of Path Cash. And so he bought everybody something with it, I mean, including himself. I got Skittles, his brother got Skittles, his other brother got Oreos, and so on and so forth. And I just thought, if I was a kid and I had this money, I would buy me a bag of candy, and I would come home and I would eat it, and I wouldn't share it. I was one of those kids that would lick my stuff so that people wouldn't eat it, and I actually taught that to my kids. So he's just a very giving, sweet little boy. and I can say he did. I can say in the same sentence that he probably did get that from me, because I love doing things for other people, and I am constantly telling my kids how important it is to make other people around them feel like they're cared about, to talk to the kids who other kids don't talk to understand that just because someone is mean to them one day doesn't mean they'll always be mean to them, and maybe they're just having a bad day, and to give people chances. Although I also tell them at the same time that if somebody screws with you, you stand up for yourself. If there's an adult around, it's their responsibility to be the adult. But if there's no adult around, it's your responsibility to take care of yourself. But you're not allowed to do anything to anyone unless they do something to you. And so I don't just want my kids just to be the kid that's bullied, but I do want my kids to be the kid that can tell the difference and to give people chances, because that is what life's about. And to treat people with respect and kindness, because at the end of the day, you're going to have more friends, you're going to have more allies, and you're going to get further in life by doing that, even if it's with people who aren't as genuine or kind-hearted as you are. And so coming home today, at the end of my day, I had a headache. It was on a verge of a migraine. I felt nauseated, and my plan was to come in and go to bed. And I ended up coming home and to this, and it was just like, it just made my day. All three of those things made my day. And so I figured, you know what, my headache is gone, and I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna put my little phone up and I'm gonna record this, because it's a day I just want to remember. There's lots of things about today I don't want to remember. You know, work isn't always fun, and traffic isn't fun, and not feeling good isn't fun, and opening up stuff that you got in the mail that you didn't order, and it was wrong isn't fun, and lots of just little things, but they were little things. And in the last few weeks, there were bigger things, there were worse things, there were sadder things, and I know for a fact that there are things coming my way that aren't going to be really, really, really happy things. And on days like this, those three things weren't just like little things like, oh, there was no traffic today. It was things that people in my life who care about me did for me. Gavin did not buy this for himself. He bought this from me. He bought this because of who I taught him to be. It wasn't just the gift that made it special. You know, Miss Joan giving me those socks. They were just funny things that, because she sees me posting stuff on Facebook, she probably sees me putting on crazy socks, and she sees the things I post about the elf. And those are the things that not only does she keep up with my life outside of work by seeing my social media, but she keeps up with me at work. She's there to help me in any way she can, and she will go to the bank and stop somewhere and see something, think of me, and spend her own money to give it to me, and I loved it. And then, well, with Randy, that's the typical Randy. I mean, Randy does those kinds of sweet things and gestures all the time, and I used to document them a lot, like on social media, and I don't do it nearly as much. I don't write on Facebook nearly as much, and if I do, it's usually like babbling, and it's like a random thing. Post a lot of pictures, share time hops, and he is so good at doing those type of things. And I'm interested to see that if I see this video years from now, that if we actually kept up that tradition to go out on that day of that month, the numerical day of that numerical month. I'd really like to make it a tradition, and it's maybe something that other people could do. I might have to come up with a name. If we start doing it all the time, I'm gonna come up with a name, because that's me. I nickname things. me and Randy have all of these little things. So with all that said, I'm in this video. So it was a very simple video, but it's something for me to be able to use, and it's something I'm really gonna love looking back on. And it gives you a little insight into my day and the people in my life. So, bye.